What's up everyone, welcome to another Young Startup Life video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about best business ideas for high school students. So maybe you're a young entrepreneur, don't know where to get started, or just want to get your feet wet with entrepreneurship, and you don't want to go out there and solve a new technological problem or have to deal with a lot of prototyping. Well, you can get started with entrepreneurship with one of these business ideas. So let's get into the video and I'll talk about something that you can actually start right now.
Alright, let's get straight into the video. Today we're going to be talking about the best business ideas for high school students. To be honest, these business ideas just apply for anybody who's a young entrepreneur in general, just wants to make a little bit of extra cash, get a business started, more like a side hustle, and just get some money, and just get their feet wet with entrepreneurship. These ideas are really great. Some of them even I've done, and I found some really great success with them. So just a quick bonus tip before we get started. This applies for all of the different businesses in your area, in the things that we're going to talk about today. But a way to convert sales and to get some really great skills actually is to have a really nice website that can convert the sales that you want. So for example, if you have a dog walking business, that's one of the things that we have here. Well, if you have a really nice website, you can start to get sales and promote and tell people to go to that website, and you get online bookings, and you can do many other things just by having a nice website. It doesn't take much to have one. So we have a really great guide for you that you can read for free, absolutely free. Just go read the article. It's the best guide for creating your perfect website on a budget. And it's really great for any of the business ideas that we'll be talking about in this one. Alright, so let's get into it. The first thing that I would say, first business idea is a pet sitting / dog walking business. It's a fairly easy business to get started. I would only recommend this for people that have experience in doing this. So some ways to get your first customers is to find out the local price rate that people charge for pet sitting or dog walking at different companies or stuff like that, the local rate that most people pay. You can ask your neighbors, you can ask other people that have dogs. If you have a dog, then maybe you'll know this rate already. And you can charge a little bit less than that, right? You don't want to charge too low because you're just ruining your own reputation and hurting your value in the long run, especially if you want to grow this as a business. You can add employees later and stuff like that. So you just don't want to charge too low, just charge a little bit less. And then you can use that as one way to market your business. And still just continue to provide the amazing service of pet sitting and dog walking for the people that you want to serve. So that's one business idea that you can do. Next one is a car washing service. So this is only going to apply for the summer months if you live in a colder area, or year-round depending on where you live. You can just offer this to your local community. The startup costs for this is very minimal, but just consider one thing: where will you be having these car washes? So maybe talking to local businesses. A way to get customers quickly is to say that you're going to donate a portion of the sales to some charity that you're doing. Maybe every day is a different charity for your car washing business. So maybe 50% will go to that charity. This will incentivize other people to come to your business, and it'll give you a way to give back to various charities that you want. So it's a win-win for everybody, and people get their car washed, you get more business, and the charity gets some money. So that's something that you can do, especially if you have car washes or any of the other businesses that we'll be talking about here. So yeah, just think about that. Just remember, where will you hold the car wash? So number 3 is to have a landscaping lawn mowing service. So this will require a little bit more coordination and some initial startup costs. So some equipment, especially if you're going to do landscaping and lawn mowing. So I would recommend maybe to get some experience in this, maybe working at another company or interning. A lot of companies, local ones, will definitely have allow for high school students or college students to come and intern there for a little bit, and then you'll understand how the company works, how this business works, and then you can start off and go do your own thing. All right, so number 4 is to have a snow shoveling business. Obviously, this is only gonna be valuable if you live in an area with lots of snow and you're gonna be dependent on the weather for this one. This might require some initial startup costs if you decide to buy a snowblower, but other than that, getting a quick shovel isn't that expensive. You can hire some friends as your employees, split the cost. You can also advertise through building your own website or through creating flyers using Vistaprint, which I recommend you use. Go to the resource section and click on the link in that one. So yeah, there's different ways you can promote it, but like I said, this is going to be dependent on the weather. So it might not be as ideal for some people to do this. So number 5 is going to be a sports coaching business. This is going to require a little bit more coordination than some of the other ones, depending on which sport that you want to start and where you live. So obviously you're going to have to be an expert in the sport, teaching younger students, beginners, technique, all that stuff. So if you have experience coaching, you can reference that experience, especially when you're selling to potential customers. And you also know how the business works. You also understand how to coach the kids or the beginners properly. Some things you should consider are, where are the classes going to be held, right? Will you need other coaches, right? Can you do this by yourself? Or are you going to do privates? Are you going to do groups by yourself? Or are you going to need other coaches run a bigger company? How are you going to be different than other coaches, right? Especially if you're a young entrepreneur, or you're going to definitely be charging less. That should be one of your things that you're going to do. But how else are you going to be different? How are you going to market it, right? Do you need to purchase equipment for the kids? Or do you need to use other facilities? Do you need permits? How are you going to obtain these? So these are some other startup costs just to think about. It might not be too hard to get started. I would just recommend just try to get started as soon as possible. All right, so number 6 is social media marketing. So nowadays, young adults, high school students, they have skills in social media. So if you're on social media a lot, then you most likely know more than many other local companies. You can provide consulting to them. You can take over their social media marketing. Some ways you can do this is to do it for a day or a week for free for some local companies, and then if they like the service, then they can pay after that. You can Google local businesses and try to find if they have a social media presence. If they don't, or if you can do it simply better than them, just show them your expertise and how you can help them. And this will definitely be cheaper than them going out and hiring a large firm. Number 7 is to have a media firm. This is similar to social media marketing, but you can start a media firm. So this is if you have skills in photography, graphic design, film, video editing, etc. You can create media for that company, and you can start providing them with some of your other previous work to show as examples. You can just do some work for fun, and this will help you gain some examples to show various companies. Obviously, you can start out same way, start to provide a small service for free or a small charge, and then they can maybe purchase a bigger one afterwards, or you can get repeat customers. All right, so number 8 is to have an artsy company. So this is if you're into some arts or DIY, you can create an Etsy store and sell your products. So remember that this is not entirely online because you're selling physical products, right? So even though you are going to be selling an online store, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to ship them, how are you going to make the products. There's going to be some more complications with startup costs. It might not be a lot compared to some of the other businesses, but you have to figure out and keep your numbers in check with this one. But if you have a good skills in this and you think you can actually sell what you're creating on Etsy or some other store, you can create your own e-commerce store using Shopify or WordPress and Bluehost. So this can be something if you have the skills for that. Number 9 is to have a tutoring company. So obviously you're going to need to show some sort of proof to people, usually the parents, if you're tutoring kids. This could be your various test scores, testimonials of other students that you've tutored for, your GPA, teacher recommendations, etc. Just show some sort of proof, and you have to have skills into whatever you're tutoring. It's not right to take people's money and just not have skills and actually provide value to the people that you're tutoring. Obviously, what you can do is to charge less than the other tutors in the area. Depending on the area, certain ones can charge anywhere from $55 to $200 plus per hour. So that means if you're charging less than those average rates, you can start to make a lot of money, especially if you can start to get some employees, pay them a certain rate. So there's a lot of different ways that you can go about doing this. Remember, have an expertise in something and you can tutor in that. Number 10 is to do online marketing. So this would be having a YouTube channel, blog, website. That's another way to make some money, and it requires no physical labor. So that's great, right? You can do this through various channels, like I said, YouTube, blogging, website, podcast. You want to eventually be on all of these channels, especially including social media, but be sure to pick one first and try to master it completely. Some people forget to keep in the back of their mind that they're serving first. If you get caught up with making money through affiliate sales, creating your own product, blah blah blah, you can forget to serve your audience first. So some ways you can make money are through affiliate sales. So that means when you sell someone else's product and someone clicks through your link and buys, you get a percentage of the sale. You can sell digital products of your own, so like ebooks, courses, training, software, etc. You can sell services such as consultations, do sponsorships on your YouTube videos or your blog or your podcast, and also run ads. So I suggest you read our blog post on how to start a blog in high school. This goes in depth in exactly how to get started with very little money, and you can actually reap lots of benefits and make really great passive income by doing this. Number 11 is to just get creative and start a startup. You can start new businesses, startup that actually solves a real need in a specific area. So this is going to take way more time than some of the other things that we mentioned in this video. And so if you're interested in starting your own startup, solving a problem, being innovative, then I suggest you read our blog post on how to start a business in high school. So these ideas, they're just not going to be overnight successes. It's going to take some time to build, and you won't see money in your bank account overnight, probably not for a while, but if you do it correctly, then you can reap some benefits later. And so that's it for the video today. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn some more information, then go to youngstartuplife.com. You can read the full blog post as well as everything else. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Young Startup Life, for more content on the way, and we'll see you in the next one.